Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. And now we are finally going to figure out who the Mastermind is because we know that consistency.
I can't hear you. La, 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Well, we need to figure out what the inconsistency is. Well, we already know what it is.
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
Hmm?
What one thing?
Yeah, what one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about?
Don't-
Your family.
Huh?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Right. Oh boy.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Hmm?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Yeah.
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
Oh no.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
No, but
Stop talking about that!
yeah, just stop.
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Right. You're right. You need to calm down. Can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. If I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. Boom! Here we go.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Oh wow, that was great.
I'm not listening!
The biolab lights. Gotta make sure you have the lights, not the secrets. I almost fired it. I was like, oh, biolab. No, it's the secrets. Gotta make sure you have the secrets.
Consistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
The lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
Yep.
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was set up so that
Oh, I'm
when a
gonna try to
slot
get
had
this
a
thing in my
body
throat.
in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a
Got
body
it.
in that slot.
Sorry about that again.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only
It was
9.
Only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
What? It's because there should be 10 lights.
I
There should
got
be 10 lights.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Yep.
Suspicious? Why? That's
Because
simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
you'd solve this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon. Chihiro. Mondo. Taka and Hifumi. Celeste. Sakura. Victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
Right. Because there's only
But
9.
according to the lights in the
kept
biolab,
talking.
only 9 people were being stored
It's like,
there.
it seems a little weird.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
No.
I got it! The Mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
Why?
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Yeah.
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
Oh.
Well, if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies.
9.
That's the
10.
point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Because there's one reason behind it. Because the same person was killed twice.
I got it! What about it? The same person was killed twice.
Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Right.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9
Not
victims,
really. Can you
right?
really kill another person? Can you really kill a person that's already been killed?
But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what
Boom,
happened.
just get slammed with it right
Sounds
away.
like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
No.
It was Mukuro, of course.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And
Yeah.
that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
Well,
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
just look at the injuries.
Nothing's gonna become obvious
It's gonna become obvious.
because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Uh-huh. Alright. Well, anywho, it's another one of my favorite part of the class trials where you have to copy the words. Yay!
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as?
Yeah.
Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Yeah, he's gonna seriously go through all the names.
Hiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe...
Why don't you say
Sakura
Celestia's
Ogami?
real name?
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Well, let's see. Who had all those
Who is this
scars?
someone else
across
that
their
Mukuro
bodies?
was killed as? Was it
It's
Sayaka
Sayaka, no.
Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Yeah, it was Junko.
No, that's wrong. Junko,
It's Junko.
wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her?
Look at all the
She
blood.
was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body.
Mm-hmm.
When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
And the similarities match?
Oh yeah, they
Yes,
match.
and those are the only fatal injuries that match up.
Yeah.
That explains why those 2 bodies are actually one and the
They're
same.
one and the same.
so let me
One
see if
and
I
the
have this
same.
straight.
All right, go ahead. So you get stabbed again, okay.
Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long
Alright, yeah.
before being dragged out again.
Yep.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Uh-huh.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Yep.
Wait, so then... What does it all mean?
What do you mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9.
Yes.
Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the true identity of the Mastermind?
Right.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
Huh?
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
But I don't think that's it.
Oh, Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive. Because... What would be the one thing that would prove it wrong? Well... gotta think.
The body we found in the garden.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't Mukuro.
Yeah, it was.
No, that's wrong.
Sorry, I had to cut this short, but you know, it's a thing. It's
No, the body we
Yeah.
found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
right, Kyoko.
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
Yep.
But if Mukuro's not the Mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
There's only one person. There's only one person that would still be alive. It's the person. It's the person that Mukuro was dressed up as. Junko.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
The only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Huh?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
Okay.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
But I thought we established that Mukuro...
If Junko
Oh,
were still
no.
alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
We did... Okay, never mind.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Yeah. Now that you mention it. And all I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud.
But...
Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided
Nope,
just
not
yet.
just yet.
Oh? You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No, I haven't.
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
Never.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor
There
story.
is.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Yes.
Huh?
Like we said, if you look at both Mukuro's
Let's
and
assume
how
Junko is
Junko
still
was
alive.
killed.
If so, how could she have survived?
Could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was. Oh. So if she were alive somehow, could be that Junko's not the one that died. Yep. Well, let's see here. All right. All right. All right, give me E. Give me that D. Replaced.
I
Duh.
understand.
Like, seriously. No other reason to explain.
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Oh
And
yeah.
That would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Oh no shit.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
Mhm.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but
Huh?
that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Well,
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
no. Substitute jutsu.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Oh no. There's one possibility. They switched after the beginning.
I
At
got
the
it.
beginning.
The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What? From the beginning?
Idea.
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched,
Yeah.
then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Yep.
Hold on. So you're saying the Junko we first met is actually Mukuro all along?
Uh-huh.
Then we'd already met her? I had like a normal conversation with her.
Okay.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Right. So it didn't matter.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko,
Uh-huh. Which is what she did.
and we never would have known the difference.
Which we didn't.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Wait,
Could've.
but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Yeah.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
Well, I guess they have to use that so they can show her right hand.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
True.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
True that.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation,
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro.
Can't say for certain,
So
but
I'm
you know.
glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing
Oh,
was a
excuse me.
setup from the very beginning?
Yeah, it kind of was.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Mm-hmm.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
Oh yeah.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Yep.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Okay.
And why haven't you been saying anything?
Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
Yes.
I tried to protect her identity?
Yeah.
When did I do that?
Well, let's see here. He kind of stopped us from seeing something. Mm-hmm. He did it twice. It was during the interview DVD.
I got it!
Duh, he pulled it out like right before
While I
that.
was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. It's just a flashback of him pulling the thing out.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Nope.
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
Yeah.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
It wasn't a power outage. Well, okay. But there was one other thing. He did it another time. Alright. Time for bullet time battle number 2. Boom, 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 boom.
What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
Boom. All right.
That's impossible!
Group
This
photo.
should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Super unusual. You search all these pictures. There's only one thing. Try to find Junko. There's Junko. There's Junko. There's Junko. Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Nope, you cannot. I'm just looking at Hina eating the donuts in that one. If only has like the same.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think?
Yeah.
And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible.
Uh-huh.
So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Nope. Don't know why that's like
With
important
all
though.
that in mind, there's no
And if you
doubt
really look
that
at the
girl
Junko we
whose
met
face
in
is hidden
Mukuro,
here
yeah,
is
they
the
kind of
real
look.
Junko, which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew. Xanadu!
I
Xanadu?
believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro
Xanadu?
switched places
What?
before
That's
we
so
met either
weird.
of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she died. And the real Junko is still alive.
Right.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing
This
game.
killing game.
She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair. Xanadu times 2!
Janet? What
With
the hell are
this,
you talking
the
about?
identity and the crimes of the Mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Oh?
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left
Nowhere
to run.
left to run
I'll prove everything. Right now.
with this closing argument. Okay. Kept the Mukuro's body in there. Oh, duh, it's a knife. Where's the knife? Where's the knife? Where's the knife? Knife. Okay. Well, we all know that goes there. This is the dead body. Okay, right there. I'm sorry I skipped, but like this is gonna be really confusing to me. I believe it was this one. Okay, let's. Yeah. All right,
Here's
let's
exactly what
present
happened.
this.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who proved to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima. That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Boom! We did it.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally
Jeez.
revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Yikes.
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Game over.
Over?
Game over.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case?
Well, yeah.
Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Oh, great. Sup, Junko? And now we've entered part 2 of the class trial.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your
Aaron
choice?
Fitz
Will you serve under us?
Gerald. It doesn't matter what you pick, but no thanks.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
Sup, Junko? How you been, girl? Nice to finally hear your voice. Aaron Fitzgerald.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free.
Yeah.
Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day, it was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Yeah.
Face.
Huh? What about my face? What's
Amazing.
wrong with my
Beautiful.
beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
100 chihuahuas
I feel like-
combined.
This isn't the first time I've seen you.
Yeah. Before arriving at school.
I got it.
Duh, remember? Magazines?
That's right.
She
It was
is the
before
ultimate
I ever came to
fashionista.
this
You know
school.
that.
I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right.
Right.
Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
Well, that wasn't her. That was Mukuro. That was Mukuro. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? I'll let this flashbook. I'll let this flashback fly because this literally was like the first episode. Or second episode when that happened. Red ribbon.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things
I forgot my
moving
water.
along.
Hold on.
Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way
Sorry
she
about that. I
could
left
have
my water on
passed
my
as the
table.
ultimate fashionista.
Which is pretty close, so it's
Two
fine.
people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist.
Okay.
Not even if they're twins.
Twins!
I know.
Yeah.
It's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed
They're
to
twins.
admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
Twin
The
relationship.
older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Yeah. Oh.
She's a totally
I
different
love
person
her.
now.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But
Divorce.
if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for
Yeah.
reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called Mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking
Teacher
at the
Inoshina.
situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family,
Uh-huh.
leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life.
Okay.
I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with.
True.
Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously ranked, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society.
Great.
Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
Mm.
And that's
Don't look at the cleavage. Don't
why
look at the
you
cleavage.
switched
Don't look at
identities?
the cleavage.
Sadly, her
Damn it, I looked
inability
at
to
her
match
cleavage.
my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
Oh.
She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of lines. Being the
Okay.
utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
Which she kind of did.
Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
Oh, lovely.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
So
I
boring.
changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
in other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal,
Yeah.
just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Yeah. What? Uh-huh. This wasn't supposed to... Why? Me?
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
Yeah.
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations.
Oh.
Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Lovely.
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
Like nothing?
That's not true at all.
Okay.
We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited. Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super,
I love
super,
Jun.
super,
I
super
love
despair.
A. I love Junko and
It
Uchina.
just feels
B. I love
so
Aaron Fitzgerald just because of this.
What
Oh.
the hell is wrong with you?
Oh.
And my
So
sister,
amazing.
too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Jeez.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
Yeah, it kind of
You're
is.
saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Alright.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Yeah, we're yapping away.
Are you talking about our memories?
Yep.
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one?
And we will figure out what the next one will be in the next part of Let's Play Danganronpa. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next part. Sorry, I wasn't really talking too much, but like I said, I have to let Junko / Aaron Fitzgerald shine. Alright, see you all in the next part.